So this was originally supposed to be one of those repair and ride type videos. Everybody's seen them where you repair something or upgrade something and then you go for a trail ride. Unfortunately, I was unable to get the Jeep in until like 10 o'clock the night before the trail ride, which I had to be up at 5 a.m. So it was a sprint. I didn't have time to let the snow melt. I didn't have time to wipe all the water off, so water was leaking everywhere from the snow melting. It was chaos. And I was unable to get the top to latch down with the new seal. There was a simple reason for it, but because I was in a hurry, I missed it. In this video, I'll show you my struggle first, getting ready for the trail ride, then the trail ride, and then afterwards I'll show you the proper way to replace the seal. I did put chapters in, so feel free to skip around and enjoy the video. I should have been a fishing YouTuber. Welcome back to Low Buck Builds, and today we're just going to do a down and dirty video on getting this Jeep ready for a trail ride in Allegan tomorrow. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace this top windshield seal. I already got the hard top bolts removed and got it slid back. The seal was too thick, so I can't, it's probably swelled from just being old, but I couldn't shut my latches. And whenever you drive down the road, the cold air would come through. The snow's been coming through, so we're going to go ahead and replace the seal real quick. From what I can see, it's real simple. There's just a couple of these little tabs here that hold it in, so we'll unsnap those across and put the new one in. There's going to be a link in the description for the new seal. It's about 70 bucks, somewhere around there. I'll put the price in the corner. Alright, so it was real simple. Just those two tabs were holding it, and then it was on the top of the windshield. It feels pretty swell. I'm going to use some pliers to pull these tabs. I'll keep them in case I need them on the next one. And I'll go grab the new one and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, I picked this one up on Amazon. Like I said, it's about $70 or so. So we're going to go ahead, make sure it's the same as the other one. And we'll throw it on real quick. Look at the other one over there. Yep, same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some pliers to pull these little things out. I'll give you guys a closer look. And then we'll put the new one on. Alright, there's one of these on each side. We're just going to pop them out. So I went ahead and installed the new seal. I made sure not to pull the little plastic tab yet to seal it in place because I wanted to make sure that the hard top fit first and then I could pull that out later. And that was a good idea because I couldn't get it latched once I put the new seal in. I even tried using a rubber hammer to tap the seal down further in place. And again, I couldn't get the safety latches down. So I ended up just abandoning it, pulling the seal off, latching the latches so that I don't have to worry about the top flying off whenever I'm pulling it down the highway tomorrow. Better safe than sorry. Okay, so I removed the seal and now they latch. So maybe that seal's for a soft top? I don't know, I'm going to go with it though because I'd rather just not have it fly off. So, alright, moving on. Alright, so we got all our fasteners back in. So the top's done. I really need to clean this. It's really bad in here, but it's probably not going to happen tonight. It's already too late. So yeah, I'm going to have to set up a fan overnight to blow this out and get it dried out for in the morning. Overall, it'll be nice. I wanted to get my switch panel hooked up, but that's not going to happen either. It's just too late. So the last thing I'm going to do is get my high lift jack back on here. And then get this where it's drying out overnight. Alright, we're going to leave the fan on it all night. Hopefully it'll get all good and dried out. I dried up what I could with the cloth and hopefully that'll dry it. I got the battery hooked up because I had a little bit of a start issue. It hasn't been started in probably a month or so. It's been cold, so we're going to make sure we have a nice full battery in the morning. And we also got our jack back on. So we'll go charge some stuff for tomorrow, and I'll see you in the morning when we load it up. Got her all loaded up. Get ready to head to Allegan. And again, I set up chapter markers. If you want to skip the trail ride and get back to working on the Jeep, go ahead and click on the next chapter. I ended up unloading the Jeep at Ely Lake and parking there. And then it was about a 15-minute drive to where I was meeting the rest of the club at a farm supply store in Allegan, Michigan. The reason I trailered up is because I found that you get to have more fun when you don't have to worry about driving it 2 hours home. And you can't really take the highway in this vehicle. It maxes out 55, 60, and it's not really fun at 60. We had about 25 Jeeps show up, which was a pretty good group. And the TJ was looking good, and it ran flawlessly. There wasn't a ton of snow. This was mainly a ride for people with brand new Jeeps and they're new to four-wheeling, but it's still a lot of fun. There was some nice sized mud holes to play in and a few other things. For the most part, it was just cruise through the woods in the snow. It did start snowing later, which was kind of fun because the snow was coming through where the windshield seal was, and the wind noise was insane after you got to 40 just from all the wind coming through. So I definitely can't wait to get home and get that seal fixed at this point. Overall, it's a pretty fun trip. I got to hang out with my wife and my daughter. We got to have some fun out in the snow. We got to hang out and check out the backwood trails in Allegan. All pretty much four-wheel drive high. A couple of spots I ended up putting on the rear locker, but just through some big mud puddles, which unfortunately I didn't get any video of. But overall, it was just a fun, chill ride in the woods. We had a lot of fun. What else are you going to do on a Saturday in the middle of January in Michigan? So we had a blast. It's always fun to go out on a Saturday afternoon and hang out with people that enjoy Jeeps like you do, and off-roading and camping in the outdoors. I think the best part for me was getting to take my daughter, and she was having a blast in the back seat. Worst part of the day, having to put her back up on the trailer and head home. Luckily nothing broke, everything ran great. It's a little cold, and everybody knows these heaters don't work the greatest, especially whenever your windshield seal's leaking. So let's get back to the shop and get that fixed. Alright, welcome back. It's about a week later after the trip, and I let this sit in all week so we're not going to have water dumping over our heads. And I have a pretty good theory on what's going on. So I am going to skip showing it, but I'm going to go ahead and get the bolts out of the back and get this lifted up so we can get the seal back on. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I was thinking about it in the middle of the night after I got back from the trip. I wonder if these pads right here are blocking this up and that's why they didn't fit. I got them on both sides, but it doesn't look like they're in the way, but these right here might be. So I'm going to take these pads off. They're pretty much shot anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off of both sides, and then we're going to get our seal back on. If I have to, I'll throw a strap over it and bring it down to get it latched. So yeah, let's get it done. Okay, so now we're clear here. I got rid of that bulky strap that was there. I'm hoping this is all still good. We're gonna go ahead and put our seal back on, tap it down. And then if I have to, I'll put a ratchet strap over it and pull it down to get it latched. So let me get the seal back on and we'll go from there. Alright, so here's how the seal looks. It's right here. Got it pretty nice and even all the way across. I'm wondering if I gotta cut some stuff here, if maybe that's what's causing my issues. Which if I have to, I'll just cut all this off, I don't care. But we're gonna go ahead and try to get the top on. So basically it's a game of small adjustments to get these tops back on right. Just take your time. You'll know because all the holes in the back will line up and everything up front will look right and line up. So you just got to keep going back and forth to make small adjustments till everything lines up straight. The handle was my issue. I was able to pretty easily get the latches back in the Jeep. And I didn't have to cut anything or adjust the seal at all. That handle was just keeping it propped up a little bit, whereas making it hard to latch. All right. Okay, we got them fastened in. Seals on. Looks good. I'll go ahead and put all our bolts back in, and we should be good to go. All right, so I believe this was our culprit. That's why we couldn't get it in there. It was just on this one side. It goes to show if you get in a big hurry, sometimes you miss something as simple as this keeping you from getting it on. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple other things to this and maybe go on and do some driving around tomorrow. And that'll be in the next video, but that's it for this video. So if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.